Hello, ninth grade. Yesterday you did this activity. You thought about your favorite text and you wrote a letter to an author who is alive or dead, and explained how you can connect with a text and the author who wrote it and how it changed your view of yourself or the world. So depending on what you picked, and if you look, um, remember it says it can be fiction or nonfiction, short story, poem, article, speech, song lyric, or podcast. Um, so I think song lyric is a really good one. If you're struggling with this activity, it's super easy to make connections with lyrics. Um, so yesterday you did this activity, right? You selected a text and then you planned what you would write. Um, and then you thought about structure. You did all this stuff, which is part of your letter. So today you're going to work through the editing and presenting tutorial. So there's a couple things that I want to kind of edit or guide you through. When you get to the edit activity, it says you're going to edit someone else's work. I want you to edit your own work using all of the items that were available to you in the tutorial itself, because obviously we're on slide 32. So it's going to talk to you a lot about grammar and capitalization and punctuation and review some of those things. So you're not going to trade your work with a partner. You are just going to you're going to review yourself. So it says, who reviewed your draft? Myself. I self-edited. Um, and then here you're going to provide me with a couple of examples of things that you could have changed. So maybe you were typing really fast and you forgot to capitalize, or you forgot punctuation, or you have some incomplete sentences. So this will be some really good editing practice for you, especially because you're working with a shorter text. So then it's going to ask you about like a presentation, right? You are not going to give a presentation. So after slide 32, you are essentially done with this tutorial. But in order for it to be marked complete, you have to write some stuff here on slide 35. So make sure you write like excused, excused. And again, this is like really good editing practice. So if you go back to this tutorial, um, it'll tell you about comma splices, capitalization rules. So you can just click on this guy and it'll tell you what kind of words get capitalized. And hopefully you know what they are. But if you don't, you can review that quickly. It's going to talk to you about spelling. Remember, spelling is super important. Here are some spelling tips, especially because you guys have access to a bunch of spell checkers through Google Docs or Grammarly, or, even typing in this guy here. So, oopsies, don't do that. It's going to tell you a bunch of stuff. So as you are working through that tutorial, remember, you only have to edit your document. You do not have to create a presentation or anything like that. If you have questions, remember to email, come to Google Meet, or use Google Voice. I will be available through all of those methods. Talk to you soon.